with me. She is the owner of Noble Glam Hair. Welcome to our show.
Hi, how's everyone?
We're good. So I have seen your collection. You
hmm
have a beautiful hairline. And
Thank
I
you.
want you to tell us, because I also realized after reading a little bit about you that you have a beauty industry background.
I do. I do.
Like myself, I've been a cosmetologist for nearly 20 years. I've been
Oh
in
my
Rose
gosh.
Brothers as well, and I actually educated there one year, and I saw that with you. So, I'm excited to hear
Okay.
all about who you are and about your brand.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm excited about that. Okay. Well, first off, I'm Contressa Oliver, and just to give you a little bit of backstory, I think I was maybe 15, 16. I went to get my hair done, and when I came home, I didn't like it. So I took it apart and redid it myself, right? And I didn't realize at the time that I was actually being a walking billboard for myself, you know? And it wasn't until my junior year when I was approached by a senior, and she asked me if I could do her hair for the prom. And I thought, I'm just a junior. Like, you don't want to go to someone who's professional? And she was like, well, no, I really like what you do to yourself. So it kind of started from there. So I styled hair my junior year. By my senior year, I was taking appointments every day. Okay. Every day at the locker, I had
Awesome.
band practice and I had clients. I was doing it all. So it wasn't until I started going to college, and it seems that everywhere I went, it followed me. Okay. On campus, doing styling hair in the dorms. And people kept saying, why won't you just go to school to do hair? And I was like, no, because it's not something that I want to do. It's just something that I can do. And it wasn't until I think I was 19 or 20, my father's side was having a family reunion. And I kind of grew up with my maternal side. And they were having a family reunion, and my mom thought it would be great if I would go just to get to know more of the people on that side. And I was reluctant at first. I was 19. I'm thinking, what do I need to go for? Like, I'm 19. I don't need to know, who they are, just being a typical 19-year-old.
Mhm.
So I ended up going. And when I went, everyone was a barber or a
Wow.
cosmetologist. And that
Wow.
that blew me away. And I think
It's
at
in
that
your
point,
blood,
let me
right?
tell you something. At that point, I said, you know what? This was God all along. And I had been ignoring, my calling. I immediately enrolled at technical college.
Uh-huh.
I graduated, and I have been taking it serious ever since. So I think I worked in a hair salon. I started working for Regis Corporation. I worked there until I had my boys. I have two boys, two beautiful boys. And it just got to the point where I couldn't be in a salon and be a full-time mom. It was just a lot going on with being out on Friday, Saturday nights, trying to make my money.
Right.
And they're needing to be
Understand
home in the
that.
bed. It was just so much. And I just started to pray and meditate. And I'm like, God, all right, come on now. This is what you want me to do. This is what you called me to do. So why is it not working out now?
Right.
Okay. So I finally got to the point where about 6 months later, it came to me, become an educator. Okay. So of course, I immediately went back to school, finished my degree, got my teacher's certification, and I've been teaching ever since. I started teaching post-secondary first. I started on the college level. And
Mm-hmm.
when my boys became teenagers, I thought it would be cool to teach high school level. That way I would have summers off. So
Right.
I've been teaching high school now 3 years, and I'm still part-time at the college, but I think once they graduate from high school, because now they're a senior and a junior, so the time is really good.
Wow.
It's flying by, right? And I just said, okay, I think I'm gonna go back to post-secondary, I think, and just kind of do my own thing, I've been a mom. I just want to kind of do my own thing. And how it started with my business was actually birthed from the pandemic, with the whole COVID thing. We were on lockdown, and it was just so much happening in the world. People were upset and sad, and I was praying and trying my best to, not get into that depression, and like, God, I know it's going to be okay. And I don't know, it just kind of came to me. Focus on some things you always wanted to accomplish, or what are some goals that you haven't accomplished. So I started to focus on that. And Noble Glam was born. And so far, it's been a great ride. Um, I've enjoyed it. I've been blessed.
That is awesome. So, I always hear so many people that want to get into selling hair extensions. I
Mhm,
even get some young students that say, "Well, Miss Trish, will you help me?" Now, me, I've never really worn extensions.
mhm.
Don't know. I've been that hairstylist that I never did do weave unless it was like a quick weave, something quick. So, but in a world where there's so many hair brands out here,
Mhm.
what makes Noble? What makes it so special, or what do you think about your brand that sets you apart from all these other hair companies that's out here?
Well, one thing that sets us apart is I made sure, one of the things for me getting started with this is just that there were so many people being scammed out of their money um, from, trusting people that are telling them that this is good hair and, it's not going to shed and this, that, and the other. And I really didn't like that part, especially when we do purchase from the beauty supply stores and we're purchasing from someone who doesn't look like us and they can't educate us on what it is that we're purchasing. So they're saying anything to make that sale. And I started to recognize that and I didn't like it. I've always, even before my children, I've always been that hairstylist who was an educator. I didn't realize that it would lead me to this down this path, but I've always been that hairstylist that's like, hey, you have to condition your hair because, or you have to do this because. So that really, really motivated me to get into this and make sure that they are receiving the quality of hair that they deserve. I try my best to give top-notch customer service. I'm always it's not about who's right. At this point, the customer's right. I try to stick with my policy, but if there's something that I can fix, I make sure that I get it fixed for my customer. I respond to emails. That's just the teacher in me, though.
Are you touchable? You're reachable.
I am tangible, if they need me, and I am going to start getting out more. This is maybe, I think all of this year I've actually been getting out and doing interviews, and I was on my Facebook feeds and I saw your post and I was like, what? Let's send her an email and see.
Yes.
So yeah, so we're here to give you great quality hair. You don't have to worry about whether or not this hair is going to last you. I also have a hair maintenance page as well. I have a live chat. If you have any questions about your extensions, how to care for your extensions. The cuticles are aligned. I mean, this is a really, really great brand, and you're going to get your money's worth, and it's going to last. The company that I've chose, I actually have a little piece of extensions left from this company. Uh, it's been about 10 years. So I know that if you take care of it, it's going to last because I've actually worn this hair for years and years before they became my vendor. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I love the education part because a lot of people they go buy hair, they buy it from wherever, whether it's Amazon, Walmart, wherever, and there is no education piece on it. They don't know how to
Hmm.
maintain it. They don't even have a relationship to even trust. If something is wrong with it, they don't even know who to reach out to. You see what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that is definitely something that sets your brand apart. And
Hmm.
I remember when the extensions it came in, and everybody was like, everybody needs to sell it. And they used to always try to get me to sell. And I said, well, I'm not going to sell anything that I don't personally wear. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I feel
Hmm.
like if I've never had a sew in my life. I love them, but I've never had one. I've always been this short hair person. And I just tell people don't sell something that you don't have a background in, you have no knowledge, you have no expertise.
Absolutely.
Money will come when you're doing something that you're passionate about. So
Hmm.
I absolutely love what you just said. And I'm going to make sure I push your brand because I haven't heard that from anyone else. And I've been to a lot of shows, met a lot of people that sell weave. And the only
Hmm.
thing I hear from me is it's not going to shed or you can color it. And that's about it.
You you don't want people to feel like they're being just scammed out of their money or that you're trying to make a sale. You don't want them to walk away feeling like they've made a mistake. One thing about me is never honestly, it's never been about the money for me. There were so many times in high school or after high school or when I became licensed that I would allow people to, okay, well, just pay me Friday. Or, your hair is breaking, you need a conditioning treatment, don't worry about it. It's
Right.
always been about the health of the hair. And, one of the things that I've noticed about the new generation of stylists, now you got to understand, I'm a 1990s stylist, right?
Mhm.
The new age stylist, they care more for the extensions and the wigs and not the natural hair. So we got to get back to that.
We do.
We got to get back to the caring of the natural hair. And that's my goal, is to start getting out, holding seminars to explain how important it is that first we must take care of the natural hair.
Right.
That is first and foremost.
Absolutely. And we're going to have to do another interview on that, the education part, because a lot of people, I know I've had some clients, once they've got into the lace front, that's all they want to do. And I'm like, you have to treat your hair underneath. You have to maintain it. You got to take a break from it. This is not designed to just wear every single day. But like I said, we're going to have a whole nother session about that, because I think people need to hear more about that. And not only that, but the stylists that are providing these styles, they need to know it's not just about making a quick couple of $100 and you're down and you're going, because even myself as a stylist, I want to try the lace front. I love to see how they have it up in the bun, but I want my edges when I take this off. Okay, so I'm not going to anybody and then I come out and I'm bald, so but we're definitely gonna, so everybody, y'all stay tuned, because she's gonna be back to educate us on this, because we do know that this is the time that everybody loves the weave, extensions, lace fronts. Even the men are doing it now with the beards and everything else. So everybody's doing it. And we want to make sure that you guys are getting the knowledge and the education that you need.
Yes.
You're going to be wearing these services.
Exactly.
So, Miss Oliver, I noticed all your names with your collections. All of them are gorgeous.
Thank you.
So tell me, what is the one? Because I started looking, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna get one, I want that wavy one, different things like that. So tell me a little about your collection, and which one is your most popular collection that you sell?
Well, as far as everything that I do, there's a method. Okay. My tattoos, they're not just some random tattoo. My website, my business was actually launched on my grandmother's birthday. So I always remember her on that day. She was a retired seamstress. So if you notice, a lot of my collections are called Indian Open or Cashmere Silk. They're the name of fabrics, okay? Because my grandmother was a seamstress. So everything I do there's a reason. One that I would recommend, one that is super, super popular, would be the Brazilian unprocessed body wave, the extensions. They are very popular, okay? Full of volume. The cuticles are aligned. It takes lightener very easily. You can lift it from maybe a level 2 to a level 8. That is my most popular. It is full from the track, the weft to the tip. The density is consistent. Most extensions are full at the top and they get thin towards the bottom. These do not, okay? I stand behind this product. I've used this vendor before as a consumer before they became my vendor. And the hair is very, very good. Now I am in the process of purchasing different extensions, trying out different companies, because I do realize that the extensions are kind of pricey, and that's only because the vendor is pricey, and so I am on the market of just trying out different vendors. It's just hard because, again, everybody is saying, oh, my hair is the best. Right. And even in the process of this, it was constant ordering hair, trying from different vendors, and they ship it and you get it and it's like, oh, it's trash. And I don't know, it was a very long process. And I know a lot of people out there sell their vendor list, but I haven't purchased one yet. I don't know, I just kind of been doing trial and error. Maybe I need to cut out all of the money I've, kind of been thrown away just to test out different companies. But, and people are not going to tell you their vendor. Like not going to.
I know. I started trying to do like an online boutique, and I had a hard time, even with people that you consider yourself pretty close with, and they're like, they're not going to give you that information. And for me, I'm so different. I would give you everything that I got. I'm not going to charge you for it, because I feel like, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's going to work, it's going to work. I'm just not that type of person. It's just me.
Exactly.
But I hear what you're saying with your vendor, and I mean, everything, the prices went up on everything. So, I mean, if it's one that you love and your clients love, you get what you pay for. So, for the ones that do not live in the Atlanta area, tell me where can they find your product? Do they go online? Tell everybody where they can order this amazing hair from you from.
Thank you, thank you. Well, right now we are e-commerce, so we are online. They could visit my website at nobleglamhair.com. You can follow all of my social media handles. It'll take you straight to the website as well, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter. I'm on all of them. And once they are on the website and make a purchase, we will ship that order out to them immediately. Now in the future, there's so much more, so much more to come with Noble Glam. Eventually, I do want to have a storefront, but it probably won't be until my boys have graduated and they're out of the way. But I plan on extending this business and just maybe, I don't know, starting a small franchise or something.
Awesome. Well, that sounds amazing, and it will happen. We'll be looking forward to that happening.
Thank you.
You never know; it might happen sooner than what we think.
Hey, fingers crossed.
So I'm excited about it, and thank you so much for being on the Trish Hill Show. I look forward
Thank
to
you for having me
on our show again to bring us that education, that knowledge that we need. So you guys stay tuned. Be sure to follow her on all of her social media outlets, and I will have her website up here as well, so you guys will be able to follow her quickly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I was going to say, if you guys have any questions about hair maintenance or hair education, just shoot me a quick email, Contressa@nobleglamhair.com. And I will make sure that I respond and help you guys get through this hair journey, because we both know it can be a little crazy sometimes, especially with, just finding someone to trust when it comes to hair care. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much.